Hi everyone, welcome Bruce's All Research channel. I research the moon. I have infrared cameras. I'm in a hot spot definitely, and by chance all my life I've had spiritual encounters, and I'm here to share everything I know about it. I'm here to share everything I film and share my theories and my ideas. That's probably a sundog from last night. Serious video, going to see a lot of things. Anonymous Official just showed a whole lot of things about the moon. More and more people are talking about it. I just know the truth is about to come out. These are structures, both bright, reflective, and dark, but still glowing on the surface. Since the structures have the same reflectivity as the surface, it's causing people obviously not to be able to distinguish the difference between the surface and these objects. Like dark objects on a dark surface, dark lines in dark shadows, it remains hidden, right? Unless you zoom in and magnify and slow the video down and bring the exposure down to be able to see what's up there. Sorry for the flashing. It's because I'm cutting this video to the point where these UFOs go by. This is slowed down. They went by extremely fast. Unless you slow things down, you're not going to see half of the things that are actually occurring on the surface. Today I want to talk about Aristarchus crater, which we can see right there, and underneath, that's what I want to talk about. Anonymous Official, in the last video, head over and see them. They posted a nice, it's an ass image, right? And they show some dark objects on the surface. I'm going to show you some dark triangles in my own research. And what if I told you that, in theory, Aristarchus crater was connected to an energy source? Or, of course, many are going to say Aristarchus is an energy source itself. Yes. We're going to see many different ways. I wasn't able to dig out all the footage I have. I have a lot better and clearer footage than this of showing the connections. You want to see dark, towering objects? Well, that's what we're going to look at. I'm going to get some variation in the video so you don't get too bored. Here, give your eyes a break. And when we go back, it'll be different. Real quickly, a lot of things in this video. Size. Seeing this object near the surface of the moon. Oh, it's hard to see, you say? Well, yeah, if you're looking at, with your phone, sorry about it, not going to see much. Or stay on your phone and I'll show you this one. How big is this one compared to the one we just saw? Like, a lot bigger. And these, I'll say, as someone just commented a few hours ago, people are coming to and fro the moon. And we could see it right there. If not, it's a war. And we're seeing massive explosions and bombs landing on the surface, which is definitely scary. We're seeing it a little bit closer here. The arrow is still pointing to Aristarchus, but underneath it, there's a circle, a hole, with what looks like literally a fireplace, right? Dark spot in the middle. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objects rising off of it. Let me get the arrows on, not too long. Hey, I got my video taken down 2 years ago when I talked about this. Whether you believe me or not, they're right there. And in the circle, also the faded circle, there are structures that have the same reflectivity as the surface, near impossible to see. It's that stupid, okay? So add a smoke and haze over top of it, natural or not, and there they are there. Literally high-rising objects. And this can be a connection to electricity, literally, just like here, you know? I mean, we're seeing combustion on the moon and smoke lifting up. It's not remaining pill-shaped, like in microgravity they say the way smoke interacts, you know. We're seeing signs of combustion in the fires, and we're going to see explosions later, my friends. So the sun reflects on the surface, people say, right? That's why it's bright. Well, when the sun reflects on the surface, especially on a foggy surface, it's going to refract and everything will become blinding and bright. When you bring down the exposure, you see that these lights and or explosions or whatever they may be, UFOs, we'll call them unidentified aerial phenomena, even though they're on the surface. This is like on the surface, right? It's under the hazes, and there's movement with those lights. It could be firing. It could be objects firing at each other. If I zoom in, again, inside Aristarchus crater, this is another area where I show you a light lifting off the surface. If these objects are attacking the moon or like us, they're a savage race that have their wars, like Russia, Ukraine here, and listen, Gulf War, ISIS. There's always some shit happening in the news, and every 15 to 30 years is a massive war. We saw the World War. I mean, I was born in 75 at the end of Vietnam War. Those of you born in the 60s, 50s, 40s, I mean, there's always a war going on, right? Korea, there's always something going on. So these lights are flashing on the surface inside of Aristarchus crater along the high ridge at the back, right? This one's for you, John Lear, right? Who recently passed away. Talked a lot about Aristarchus crater being something nuclear. And I'm telling you, there's definitely production, maybe industrial production on the moon, whether it be human or alien. That can only be theoretical because we talk about it. But you clearly see that's not the sun. The sun's not causing a light to move around. So you see how simple it is to show the truth, even though it's not a spectacular image. Here, an explosion on the surface of the moon, and I'm also going to show you the live footage of the same exact explosion. And the greens, and there's no filter here. The greens, that's just a flash on the surface. This is a filter. It helps the eye see the surface better. Watch carefully, and you'll see not only an explosion or a light, again, a UAP, you will see, once it goes out, I'm going to slow it down here because it was fast, you're going to see the smoke remain and then slowly lift up, like you would see here, smoke that's combusting on Earth. Possibly signs of higher levels of oxygen on the moon. Some people are telling me, well, they possibly, Bruce, even terraformed the moon over all these years. Of course, I mean, I'm totally open to all these ideas and suggestions. Right. Dark objects on the surface that are not shadows and triangular. Let's see if your eyes can see them. I'm showing just one in the circle there. There's actually one bottom right of the circle also, which are always there no matter where the terminator line is. It fascinates me. Variation. Jumping right to the surface again, where not only is there a UFO, when you see that smoke UFO or being applied or whatever, something burning, you always see, a little light not far from it, examining what's going on. This is a line or bridge on the surface of the moon that goes to the blue, mysterious, bright blue spot or river that everyone talks about. It's at the bottom of Copernicus crater. I'm showing the truth, and that's a line literally across the moon. No filtering there, by the way. I'm not stopping here. I'm showing this fast, and it's still a long video. Station 1, Station 2. We're going to have a lot of fun with this one. These are UFOs lifting up off the surface. A beautiful green filter with the exposure taken down and everything slowed down. In this video, I've shown the originals at the beginning. First UFO station, you're going to have to be quick. I'm going to add some arrows and circles, try to see everything moving around. Whoop, I was late, but I'll get it up a bit later. There's a second UFO leaving from the same station. What do you think of that? It's going to split in two once it gets a bit further. You know, something totally natural. Watch it. Wait for it. Maybe it's even something else. Wait for it. There we go. Beautiful. It's incredible. Okay? It's like this. I can just see myself. I dream sometimes. I'm sitting with Carlson Tucker just, you know, with his face, you know, all astonished as he usually does. And I'm talking about, you know, this is serious, guys. There's the arrow I just showed you. The light appeared before it took off. That's the second UFO leaving from the exact same location. That's proving they're coming out of the surface or hiding under the hazes on the surface, which on the bottom left, you can see there, those bright lights. That's where they are. How many hundreds or thousands of them are there? Are they in training? Are they humans? Are they attacking other planets? Are they going to attack Earth? This UFO on the surface is moving its light, changing directions. Another characteristic, different sighting, which is, phenomenal. And you could see the lights around it appearing at the same time. It's incredible. Watch this one, where it points its light over up to the top there on the left of the corner, top left. You're going to see a light appear further away at the same time. There, it's pointing there. And watch over to the left. I'll get a circle up at the same time. This is slow motion. Another light appears under the mist and haze. Hundreds of them, guys, okay, underneath the haze. I promise you. You can see it here. Look at the projectiles or lights appearing around it, whichever they are. Want to see something really serious? Watch this. A UFO appears, brightens itself. You see smoke and lights moving around in it. It lights up, brightens up. Something on the surface brightens up. And then something on the surface shoots at it, or it shoots at something on the surface, or vice versa, or both. Something flies up and you see there's so much going on the moon. You think they landed on the moon? Well, if they did, they were there to go to war. They would not have come back. I guarantee you, right? Just a theory. Maybe it's like Earth. There's areas on the moon or like on Earth where you can land and there's no activity, maybe no beings. But I wouldn't take the chance after seeing that. This is my full-time job, by the way, for those just arriving. I do this full-time and I depend solely on the views and support here. Thanks. I love you guys. Aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon, yes, they're all up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.